Hello and welcome to WJTS-Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Well, it is currently election time. You can vote anytime now between now and November 4th, which is Election Day, with early voting. In these editions of WJTS-Inform, we are meeting the candidates who are running for office here in Dubois County. And we thank you for joining us. And joining us now in the studio is Adrian Engelberth. And Adrian is running for Dubois County Council, District Number 2. Adrian, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
I guess, first of all, we want to point out that for council, unlike commissioner, you are voting in your district. So you will have people voting for you in what area?
Well, if you live in Jasper, you can vote for me, except for the extreme west and the extreme north. So if you live west of Klemper, west of St. Charles, or if you live north 37th, you most likely will not be able to vote for me except for some pocketed areas. You will just, it would be best just to double check through the Dubois County website to find out where exactly your district is and who you can vote for.
Okay, now Adrian, we'd like to find out, who is Adrian Engelberth?
Well, I'm Adrian Engelberth. I was actually born in Louisville, Kentucky. Lived there for a couple years. My dad was a civil engineer. We traveled throughout the whole Midwest. He built high-rises, hospitals, and so we lived a lot of different places. Ironically, his first job out of school was surveying for Patoka Lake, so he was quite familiar with this place when I moved here. But I work for Kimball Office today in new product development. We're developing the new products that you see in office furniture that some of you are actually building today or see around town. It's part of the BMW project that's brought a lot of business to Kimball Office, and additionally working on some other new stuff. My wife, she's a pharmacist. She currently works with Walmart, traveling around, and my kids, young kids, they're all in school, and they're currently in Holy Family right now.
Now, why are you running for office? Why do you feel you need to run for county council?
It's been a desire since probably about 2007, really. The desire to make a difference kicked in, and I didn't really know what that meant until about 2010. And that's when the itch really got hard, really into my soul about what I should do. That drove me in 2011 to run for city council here in Jasper, the east side of the city, east of the river. Didn't win, got close, but stayed involved. And when Shane Lindauer decided not to run for re-election because he's moving out of the city, I decided to step up and run in his place.
Okay. Now, let's talk about some issues, concerns, challenges that the council is facing now or possibly will be facing in the future. What are those that you think are important, and how would you address those?
There's a couple immediate issues that the council faces. You know, number one, everyone knows about the county corrections and how they are they're in the red. They're spending more money than they're bringing in. The council needs to continue to address that by figuring out how they fit into the county plans. I personally don't believe they should become part of the county government. They should stand alone as they are today. They need to figure out a way through grants and the revenue itself from the inmates who are put into the program to get into the black. While the county cannot let the program go away because that would cost even more, that cannot become part of the county itself. The other issues is from an infrastructure standpoint, dealing with the county is very difficult to find information about the county. The website's very old. Trying to figure out who's in charge of what sometimes can be difficult. And so what you find is you get very disconnected. The social media presence is non-existent. The county and the county council needs to be continually looking into that. How do we record meetings, how maybe potentially stream meetings, how do we bring that element where we can interact better. Those are some of the more immediate issues. If the winter's really bad again, then you got to think about plowing. Right. And sadly, that's, they're predicting a tough winter, and we got to always stay on top of that. But going forward, there's bigger issues that impact the growth of the county. Those would be your high-speed internet. As everyone knows, we have no high-speed internet in the county. We have pockets of internet. We have of dial-up to PSC, which does a really good job where they're at. But if we really want to grow, the big future issue for the county is how do we bring high-speed internet, and how does the county help that out? Because pretty much the businesses who lay fiber have pretty much said you're on your own. And that's a very difficult issue, because how is a county supposed to grow? How are we want to grow? We see our kids leave, and we want them to come back. We want the high-paying jobs. We want the median income increased. How do you do that? Well, the number one thing per research states, you got to bring in the internet because that's the future. And that is probably the single most important issue for the future the county will face. Because without the internet, the kids won't come back, and then the high-paying jobs don't follow them, and we are always going to be struggling with a low median income.
All right, now Adrian, at this time you've got the attention of WJTS viewers. I'll let you give, I guess, closing remarks in a way, or just your words of reasons people should vote for you.
Yeah, you know, one thing I want to impart is government is not the solution. You know, I'm doing this not because I have a magical government solution. Is I want to represent the people, and I want to represent them in a way where your tax money is used wisely, efficiently. Today, you know, there is a large surplus. You know, you can spin the numbers anyway, but the final total is around $36 million. Not all of it can be used in every single way that the government spends money, but there's a lot of money. There's $11 million in edit funds there. There's more edit, and edit is your economic development income tax. There's more of that coming in than they're being spent. You know, so what I want to do is come in and have the ideas to use this funding. You know, within the last 12 months, I was at a meeting where edit funds were discussed, and we talked about ideas of how to use them. And to be honest, the council had no ideas what to do. You know, no one comes to them with ideas. They didn't have any ideas. Well, that's why I'm running, and others on the Republican ticket, like Charmaine Clem, are running. We have some ideas of how to use that funds, not to blow it all on some big government project, but ways to efficiently use it to grow the county. And that's, you know, because I have a heart. When I moved here in 2006 from Chicago, I picked this place. I picked Jasper. I loved the area. I moved here. I was impressed by how beautiful it was and how the whole area was in the middle of, you know, more rural Indiana, how beautiful and advanced and growing this place was. And you can see the potential. And I think that if we could just do a couple different things on the county council, we could see this area grow, not to be in Evansville, no one wants that, but to grow in a positive way and to reach out. You know, we could have an interstate coming, and we have to be forward thinking. And, you know, that's kind of what I'm in new product development. You're always about the future and always about thinking outside the box. You know, being inside the box means you're stuck. You're not going to go anywhere as a company. In Kimball office, we're thinking outside the box, and that's what I want to bring to the council. It's just that ability to do that and help the county grow, and to potentially reach out to the counties around us and help them grow, because we're all in this together. You know, the economy isn't getting better anytime soon from a federal standpoint, so we got to do what we got to do locally to really bring the change here.
Adrian, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Our guest has been Adrian Engelberth. He is running in District 2, and only those of you in District 2 will vote for this county council office. Thank you for being our guest, and we thank you for watching WJTS Inform. Remember, you can be voting right now all the way up through Election Day. Thanks for watching WJTS. We're local people watching local people.